father was a dissatisfaction. His father was a tight-knit industry. Jared Chandler is his name. He had a ranch that covered most of, California and Arizona, and he was a monstrous man. And he treated his son brutally. And at some point, something happened in Ethan's life that led to this curse/blessing, because that is the duality that makes all these characters interesting. That yes, he's a werewolf, but in the larger theology I talked about, or cosmology, there's other elements to it. We're going to begin to explore in season 2. And that led him to try to run away from himself. And sadly, it led him toward violence of the most extreme degree, which we'll begin to hear more about as the series goes on.
Are we also going to learn about the relationship between Sembene and
Sir Malcolm?
Yes, thank you. I'm just fanning so much that I forgot who I am. But between Sir Malcolm and Sembene and how they came together?
A bit. I mean, that's another, I think with all of them, certainly with Dorian Franklin, with all the characters, with Vanessa and Victor as well, bit by bit we'll learn more and more. What I'm learning writing my second season, which is only the second season I've ever written, so it's all still sort of new to me, is when I want to tell those stories in terms of how the past relates to the present, and the moments come or they don't come. So eventually, God willing, we'll keep running for a while. I'll have a chance to dramatize all of these characters' stories, because I spent 10 years thinking about them, and I just sort of like to dramatize them.
Yeah, you don't want to shoot your wad all at once. All right. So if people have questions, why don't you guys start to line up, and we'll take some fan questions, and then we'll give you guys plenty of time to ask. You look delightful. You have something on your head. I'm hoping it's flowers and not a toilet seat. Go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, my name is Haley. I just want to say that the show is written so wonderfully, and as coming from the perspective of someone who wants to write in the future, these screenplays are amazing. And it's so rich in such wonderful dialogue. I wanted to ask everyone if they had a particular favorite line that was said on the show.
Well put.
Thank you.
I gotta say, it's such a joy and a privilege as an actor to work with a writer as brilliant as John. When you get something that comes across, your desk, I guess, whatever you want to call it, that looks like that, it makes it so easy for us. There's a lot of work, obviously, we have to put in on our end, but it's really sort of like, I've told John this before, but it's sort of like how I imagine raising children would be, which is the goal, is to not screw it up. It's like it comes to you pretty much perfect. It's like, let's just not screw this up.
Fear-based acting.
Which is like us.
Monkey, no monkey, I think is my favorite line that I get to say ever.
Did you not hear him?
No more let life divide or let them join together.
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Alexa. I'm going to ask about going from the sexuality angle. Just first a comment, John, keep writing sexually and morally ambiguous people. I followed you here from Skyfall. And so I'm even wearing his shirt. As a woman, though, I am a little uncomfortable because Vanessa seems to be showing a lot of the sort of dangerous female sexuality that sex turns her into a monster, and I just wanted to know where you were planning on going with that, or what you were thinking.
Well, all the characters will continue to evolve, I hope, romantically, sexually, in every conceivable way. And I certainly would not say, I would be extremely uncomfortable as a writer who created a story about a strong female protagonist to think in any way the expression of sexuality was to suggest there is something retrograde in expressing sexuality. Let's face it, it doesn't work out well for any of these people when they have sex. Maybe that speaks to something about me. Wait a minute.
Probably not, John. Don't look too closely at that.
Thank you, John. But it's something that I would enjoy teasing out in the next season. Indeed, we do have different combinations of sexuality, all of which I vote is joyous and terrifying in equal measure, just like sex.
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Ariel, and fantastic show. I was wondering, what will the ramifications, especially with like the relationships, be with after like Ethan finds out that Rona is now the creature's bride?
Yeah, it's, that's like, yes, it's tricky. But, I actually don't want to give too much away other than to say we're exploring, or I am currently exploring with my keyboard, different ways to reveal that or not reveal that as appropriate to the character. But honestly, in terms of season 2, the relationship that I'm teasing out probably in the most granular detail is Vanessa and Ethan. Because there's such a connection and pull between those characters, I felt it warranted a lot more granular study.
Well, look at you.
Yes, well,
I hope you can get your question out through those fresh stitches. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm Stephanie. I'm from Mexico. So this is my question. In the first review, Josh asked the famous, controversial, universal question that, do you believe in God? So this is my question. Devil presence in the series also assume a God presence?
Are the characters in this series, do they believe in God? Is that what you asked? Or are they good people? Both. I don't know if she said good persons or God persons, but looking at you is a delight. I'm assuming what she's saying is do the characters in the show believe in God? And are you talking about the actors or the people they play? The characters. Okay, great, thank you.
Frankenstein doesn't believe in God. I love your costume, it's amazing.
I'd say Joanne's agnostic.
Even believes in God, I think, for sure.
yeah, and we, it sort of follows that we get deeply into theology next season because all the characters have to grapple with some version of eternity or not, either literal or supernatural. So it's something we're having fun exploring next season. Thanks.
Did you answer about it?
No.
No, I don't think he does.
No.
He's been playing God quite a bit.
Yeah. I think he believes in himself.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Go ahead.
Hi. So I got kind of.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
Thanks.
Go over you. You've already won. You can just sit down if you wanted to. No, answer your question.
Well, it's actually kind of the female sexuality is bad question that was already asked, but I will switch a little bit. So the thing is, usually in Victorian stuff, when you're you portray female sexuality as bad, you're like, oh, it's not actually bad, it's just the society. Like, oh, Victorians like to say that sexuality is bad, and I'm just representing that. But you keep talking about your, John, you keep talking about your cosmology, creating cosmology, it's the way the world works. And in your cosmology, like an objective way the world works, female sexuality is bad, because when you have sex, you get possessed by a demon. So, does it worry you that you can't use the usual, oh, it's just, it's subjective, it's just the way they like to say it?
No. I would never hide behind Victorian warriors because I don't live in Victorian era and I'm a contemporary writing a contemporary show for a modern audience. In no way is sexuality in my world, my cosmology, as you say, a bad thing. Nor is unlocking a demon a bad thing. There is no good or bad. It is simply to allow the characters to progress to the truest version of themselves. And Vanessa cannot evolve until she faces things. And so if sexuality, if sex with Dorian unlocks that and brings something to the fore, theologically, in relation to the other characters, then that's what I need to do as a dramatist.
And I'll just say that there are many sexual conquests, a lot of sexual conquests that happens on the show where a demon doesn't come out. Rona and Ethan have been doing it for a while. Nobody turns into a demon there. I mean, I think there may be something about the fact that, answer something rather than it's just the sex. Also, don't forget that Vanessa did a dude in an alleyway, and that just went pretty great for everybody. I mean, I don't know what happened to the guy after that, but it seemed like it was a good time while it was going on. So, I mean, I wonder if there's something secondary about the idea of these people embracing their animal selves. All of the characters on the show, this battle between transcendence and humanity, and that sex is a very human, very human thing, very animal thing, and that is what unlocks these other kind of really primal, episodes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you for your question, your shirt, and your samples. All right, next guy. Hi, yes, you.
Yeah, hi, my name is Joel, and really quick I'd like to say to John, I myself am an aspiring writer, and you really inspired me, and thank you for that.
Thank you.
And my question, this kind of goes out to everybody, I guess. You have John and Sam Mendes who worked on Skyfall, you have Eva who was in Casino Royale, and you have Timothy Dalton, of course, who was James Bond in the 80s. I was wondering, what's it like working together with everybody who has been, related to James Bond in some way? Does that in any way impact the show?
It's dangerous. Lots of small guns everywhere. Jim's always back.
Just maybe also that the Bond franchise has spectacular taste.
Yeah.
It's huge. Okay. Be brave. This is your opportunity. Hi there.
Hi, my name's Daniel. My question goes to Mr. Carney. Your painting that makes you immortal, was it a curse that was put upon you, or was it something that you actually had?
I think of it as, and I think the novel explains this to a degree, that it was sort of an idle wish in a way. It wasn't necessarily, I don't know if that'll ever be explained. I think John probably knows a lot more than I do about where he wants to take that, but I think of it as an idle wish. It's something, that whole concept of be careful what you wish for, so yeah, I don't know if there's an answer for it. I don't exactly know how that happened, especially in our world. I guess I hope to find out at some point.
That moment with Vanessa and the priest, I think, kind of encapsulated the idea of being, an extraordinary person, and that a curse can be its own blessing in its own way.
Yeah, and that's, if there's a theme that I've most explored in the second season, it's probably that very theme, which relates to all the characters in a way. The thing that makes them exceptional, extraordinary, whether it's the ability to bring life, the ability to live forever, the transformative effect of the werewolf, is a blessing and a curse simultaneously. And how do you exist on that fulcrum is what's exciting to me.
Hi.
Hi.
Be brave. You can do it.
I wanted to say thank you for making Penny Dreadful. It's really awesome. And my question's for Josh.
You can totally do it. I swear to God. This is going to go awesome.
Thank you for finally figuring your werewolf out. I was just wondering, how are you going to tell it to the group? Is it going to go on Halloween saying, hey guys, I'm a werewolf, trick-or-treat, and I can't be
Let me get this straight. Is Ethan going to go trick-or-treat sometime? John, is Ethan going trick-or-treat? Yeah, sure. I don't quite understand.
Well, I'll rephrase it. It seems up until the end of the show that Ethan has not had any control over whether he turns or not. But that last scene seems to be a choice.
Okay, here's what I think it is. Ethan has kind of set his life to the time, to the cycle of the moon, and I think Ethan does very little of his life not in fear of the next moon cycle, but he knows when it's going to come. He just doesn't know exactly what's going to happen. He knows he's going to commit some violence. And so when he sees those guys come in, just as the moon's rising and it's full, and he knows it's going to be full, it kind of couldn't be better for him.
It's just perfect timing.
Perfect timing for Ethan, not for Roper, not for Kid.
John, in season 2, as Ethan starts to understand who he is and what he can do, will he gain more? Because again, that theme of power, will he have more power over that other side of him?
I think the knowledge of it gives him a certain emotional power of it. He is, as Josh said, he is a slave.
Ladies know what that's like. What?
Thank you very much for participating in Comic-Con. Please be aware that many members of your audience may be under the age of 18.
Has anybody come to an Archer panel? And also, by the way, your show's full of titties, so don't come at me. I'm not complaining or anything, I'm just saying. Go ahead and ask your question.
First off, I love your remake of An American Werewolf in London.
Okay.
My question is for the actors. Everybody has like Dorian seems to have a really fluid sexuality, and Ethan seems to be bi, and Victor seems kind of asexual. I was wondering if that influenced how you play your character, or if it's just kind of a side effect of their characterization to you.
Personally, I think John kind of answered it earlier when he said that he thinks that sexuality in this situation should be treated in a modern way. It's not necessarily about whether you're gay, straight, bi, and it's more kind of human sexuality is what human sexuality is, and given the circumstances, maybe every character could be attracted to one another in a certain way. And obviously, I mean, come on, look at Reed.
Yeah, there was something also in that moment, and all the characters are so lonely. You know, people are just, trapped in isolation. And Victor, more than anybody, just incredibly painfully lonely. Do you see him that way?
Well, I mean, I think there's always everybody outside, so he's not as lonely as he'd like to be for a lot of the season. He's trying to get lonely, looking for loneliness.
He has an incredible, hidden closet and a great imagination. I mean,
he's built some stuff. He's built his app and stuff, which is pretty good. I don't think he's got that much time for dating. Tinder probably being
Victorian Tinder is just one daguerreotype after another.
always the creature. Creature's probably not.
Okay, this is unfortunately the last question. No pressure.
Hi, my name is Marianne. I'm a student filmmaker, and I wanted to comment on the look of the show. It's definitely very darkly lit, and sometimes almost, in my opinion, hard to see what's going on. And the soundtrack itself is very low and eerie. And I was wondering if that's sort of like a sort of symbolism to do with the fact that you have to sort of lean in to see what's going on and hear what's going on, because these people have secrets. Everything's kind of hidden in the dark. Was that sort of the influence behind the look of the show?
Yeah, absolutely. Working with Juan Bayona, in fact, the first 2 episodes, brilliant Juan Bayona, and none of us would be sitting here today without Juan Antonio Bayona. And working with him and Charlie, the cinematographer, we developed a look. What we wanted was sort of textures of dark that would be sort of additive. And if it draws you in and makes you lean in, that's good. If it makes you squint, then just repeat it.
There was a particular actor on our set who said, when in doubt, speak low and fast. So, bring people in.